Let's go. Let's go. Oh, wait. Field viewer. All right, so this is the Maerker, which is the tier 8 of the German gunboat line of destroyers. Now, she does not have hydroacoustic search like the standard line has, but what she does have is better AP, essentially.
Better? Woohoo! That's an understatement.
Well, you know, she's got the 150s. So, I mean, they're higher caliber than, say, the Z-23, because Z-23's got the 128s, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you already automatically have better pen just because it's a larger caliber. But these ships also get, is it improved pen or improved AP or both? Something like that?
Improved AP.
Cool.
I think it's both.
It's improved accuracy, it's improved pen angles, and I don't want to say anything about the fuse right now because I'm not sure.
In other words, as Chad is saying, Wolf is correct. Yes, it's almost like this is a destroyer that is cosplaying as a cruiser, right? A cruiser that is cosplaying as a destroyer.
Honestly, on the tier 8 and tier 9, not so much. You can play them as traditional DDs.
Big O wants to speak as you hear the quack, 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 quack.
It's essentially a small cruiser. In other words, but no hydro like cruisers. And from Schultz up, the AA they get the FAA. Maerker does not. However, I still enjoyed the grind.
Okay.
You can
I was
get
okay
the
with it.
concealment down as low as 6.3. That's why I mostly said you can play traditional destroyer wise.
Okay.
Oh yeah, its detection sucks.
So
As 6.3 is, I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong, but for this type of destroyer having 6.3, it's pretty good.
at tier 8, considering it can hit tier 10 matchmaking, it's tough. But if it's top tier, middle tier, maybe even, yeah, it's serviceable.
It's
right?
better concealment than the French destroyers and the Russian gunboats. So
turning.
it's pretty much the same as like, I think the Z-23 has 6.2. So
Okay.
not much difference.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at your setup. Of course, they've got torpedoes, which is nice, but like I said, there's no hydro. Let's take a look at your build. You've got main armaments, you've got engine room, aiming systems, steering gears, and concealment. Now, the steering gears I find interesting because generally on destroyers, I like to use propulsion to get me out of trouble if I'm sitting in a smoke and torpedoes enter the smoke. But
The rudder is quite bad.
rudder shift time of 5.5. My general personal rule is, destroyers I want under 5 seconds, cruisers I want under 10 seconds, battleships I want under 15 seconds. That's my general rule of thumb for rudder shift. So I can understand the decision to go for the rudder shift module here instead of propulsion.
I just looked up mine. I'm actually running rudder shift too.
Big O,
this is
yes.
You can make an argument for taking the turret traverse in the third slot over aiming. Because for one, the dispersion is already quite good. And second, the turret traverse time on these destroyers is not good.
22.5 seconds turret traverse time base. That improves to 19.4. So you save about almost 3 seconds. And that's 180. Now, if you're flipping your guns completely, that's even more so. Okay.
Big personal preference.
It really does. It really does come down to personal preference. If you're playing at long range, where you're just going to dump AP into somebody who's just sitting and doesn't care, the turret traverse doesn't matter. But if you're in it and you are constantly dealing with enemies that are within range of you and you got to keep switching back and forth, obviously turret traverse helps. Big O, is this a special captain? I'm guessing no.
No.
Yeah, because it's either the Jutlans or Lutyens. You wouldn't put Lutyens on a tier 8 tech tree ship like this, personally. Maybe the tier 10 once you get there, but I wouldn't put him on a tier 8, god. Okay, so your skill choices at 10 points. Preventative maintenance, into last stand, into adrenaline rush, into concealment. The only difference is I personally would have gone survivability instead. That's part of my core build. But you did adrenaline rush anyways to boost your DPM. Okay. Grunty, anything you want to say about that, or Big O?
I mean, I'm with you, Seth. I would take the survivability expert first and the adrenaline rush later.
Okay. For flags, you got anti-det and ramming? Why ramming?
Always take Old Faithful. Always.
I mean, ramming flags are like among the cheapest in the game, right? So sure, I can understand
That's why I have over 2,000 of them.
It helps.
Okay.
It helps when you like, just in case a sub tries to ram you or something. Like,
Sure.
if you have a lot, I mean, there's nothing wrong with using it for those situations.
Drifton says it's Big O. He's always ready to ram.
Would not be my first choice of signal flag. I'd probably not use it if I was going 8 full signals because there are better ones. But
Yeah.
if you have a ton and you don't want to go full signals anyway, sure, why not?
All right. Let's draw out the build viewer. Let's get to the replay then. Now you are bottom tier. There's tier 10s, including a carrier who is divisioned with the Yoshino, so that's oof.
Woohoo!
Are you the only tier 8 on your side?
Yep.
Okay, well, you
won
are
the
having fun.
jackpot.
Now, I will say, this is something that community contributors, myself included, we've said to Wargaming, can you please do something more like World of Tanks? What World of Tanks does is they say, alright, Matchmaker is going to set it up so that there are, say, 5 tier 8s, 4 tier 9s, 3 tier 10s, if you're bottom tier. I don't even know if that number matches to 12, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't have games like this where you're the only tier 8, because it feels bad, right?
Like I said before, being bottom tier is not a bad thing. It's a great opportunity. You can earn more base XP credits, free XP, commander XP, ship XP if you're grinding a line, and especially more if you have boosters on. So being bottom tier does not bother me one bit.
Okay.
I get what you're saying, Thad. It always irks me a little bit too when you get in a match and then you have like a single bottom tier ship, and it was like, did he really have to be in that match? Like,
Right. So, but Big O, as he says, he looks at it as an opportunity to get more XP. And how are you going to get that more XP? By dumpstering enemy destroyers. I doubt you're going to do too much against enemy battleships. Maybe the cruisers, but the Venezia is a huge problem for you.
yeah, I'm
Oh god, the laugh begins.
like I'm scared of a Venetia and an Elbing. Like, that ship, if
Right?
it gets even the tiniest bit of sight on you, can absolutely wreck you.
Wait, is it Turd Ferguson? Mr. Turd Ferguson. Okay, so that's probably a different person from who I know. But anyways, yeah, there will be a tier 8 opponent. It's a Benson. Now you've noped out of the B cap here. Hayate discovered. Why did you nope out of this cap instead of trying to get some quick shots onto whatever?
I don't remember why I did that exactly, but then I saw the Ven chasing our Shima.
And he made Inky. Now, you are spotted while shooting. And you got 2 shatters and 1 ricochets with your AP. Ouch.
Yeah, at tier 8, like, it's still improved AP compared to the regular Rhine.
Yep.
But if you're shooting cruisers at, I don't know, what was that, close to 10 kilometers?
Pretty far away, yeah.
In Maerker, it's not gonna be the best.
I agree.
If that was an Elbing and you would be shooting there, it would be amazing, but Maerker just doesn't have the pen to
At
be
that
really hurting there.
at that range, I would be aiming higher to try to get upper belt, if anything, or superstructure. You're not gonna pen his side armor. So that's what I would plan around.
Mine.
Your Venezia? Wow.
Mine.
I mean, okay. I want to take a second and say something, and I don't mean to discount your kill there, Big O. But come on, that Venezia just didn't deserve to live anyways. Look at how much he YOLO charged.
Yeah, I mean that Venetia was dead. Anyway, that was just a dump play.
Aiming too low
on his
here.
side.
I still feel like you're aiming too low. You got 5 pens and 1 overpen, but I still feel like you're aiming too low.
Wait, where did you use your smoke? I didn't even see
At
that.
the initial onset, he wanted to shoot the Venezia.
Get away from the Hayate.
Okay.
You sank a truck. I'm amazed the Hayate left B cap too, by the way. He got detected, and that was enough to make him run away. You're lucky.
Yeah.
Most competitive players would have just sat there and taken the cap.
I think he was worried about the carrier.
So 2 enemies have fed themselves to your team. The Venezia and the Carl Johan. So that's nice.
Like,
Operation
considering
Pekka.
that the Hayate left that B cap and how the enemy team is positioned. Oh, never mind. He just went back into the B cap.
Something is in the B cap now. Something is absolutely in the B cap now. That's
Because I wanted to say it would probably be a good idea to try to get that B cap now.
Yep.
Thing is, I don't outspot either of them.
How should we title the Lexington replay, by the way? Sorry to cut in on that, but...
Lexington, flight control.
Okay. Thank you, Big O.
Oh, really?
Really what?
Never mind.
Okay.
I actually think you have a pretty close to the same concealment to the Hayate. Like, Hayate is a little bit better, but it's pretty close.
I understand the idea of being bottom tier of Big O saying, I'm going to back off and just reposition and deal with this Kurfürst that is clearly pushing. So, Naz,
That and I
thank you
didn't
for the follow.
exactly have any backup.
Right, so I understand this. Again, you're very fortunate. Venezia overpushed, Carl overpushed, and now the Kurfürst is going to overpush while you're in a position to stop and smoke and farm.
Mm-hmm. And I think I
would-
do exactly that.
I would not have fired my guns, though. I would have smoked first and then shot.
I mean, to be fair, this line is pretty healthy and they can take a hit or two.
Well, here's the deal. 2 things. 1, shooting. It tells him, hey, there's torpedoes that could be a threat. He might activate his hydro if he hasn't already activated. You don't know. And 2, he can smack you.
You didn't take survivability expert, so you're not as healthy as you think you are.
Right,
Or as healthy as you could be.
right. So I feel like you took a lot of damage that you didn't need to take here. If you had stopped and smoked and fired, you might have done a little bit less damage, but you would have also been full health still.
I wouldn't even have smoked here because, like, he was kind of low. I would have just together, like, the CV was clearly focusing him because there was already a threat for the CV. We had the battleship here. I would have just thrown up my torpedoes, and that would probably be enough that the Kurfürst dies anyway.
Or just keep moving closer to the Kurfürst and then only shooting if he's like under 1,000 HP after somebody hits him. Right? Just get the kill and then move on.
You definitely didn't need to lose these hit points there.
Right. Anti-air up. Better to be lucky than good? Maybe. Now, despite the enemy team feeding you however many kills, you're still even now on destroyer. So I guess your team fed quite a bit as well. Looks like over at A side. Alright, Big O, are you going to go after the Hayate or are you going to sit here? I'd go after him because he doesn't have Hydro, personally.
I forgot what I did, but I know it. No, I don't go after him. But I don't sit here either.
The thing with the charge is you don't know if the Hayate has the torps ready or not. Like, charging the Hayate is risky.
Yes, but at the same time...
Hayate has decent guns and he lost a third of his hit points to the Kurfürst. I'm not sure he actually wins that fight against the Hayate anymore.
He's got a Shikishima, Ohio,
maybe,
and Kurfürst nearby. Those ships could help. But I understand what you're saying, Grunty.
Actually, what I think I do is I go make Inky by the Yamatos and just start farming them. There goes the Stalingrad.
Now, you putting up your, getting spotted by the carrier does tell the Hayate where you are. It could enable him to torpedo you. But to me, personally, I don't have a lot of respect for Hayate. So, I mean...
Oh, do tell?
I would just go in. Do tell what? It's a jack of all trades, master of none. It's a hybrid ship that can do okay with everything. But because it does okay with everything, it can't do crap with what matters the most. In my opinion.
The Maerker has 25mm plating, but only midsection. The bow and stern is still very much penetratable, so is the superstructure. And if Big Hole shows too much side, the Hayate could AP.
Yeah. Hawk Rider, hello.
I'm responding here to Pocket in the chat.
Fair enough. I'm just... Here's the other way of looking at it. Ohio, Shikishima, Ricto, all of those are high-value targets for our Hayate. You're the tier 8. You have an ability to negate the Hayate's game by charging his smoke back there. You didn't take it, fine. Hayate's gonna back off. I guess the question's gonna be, is the Hayate gonna be able to kill the Ohio, Shikishima, maybe the Ricto? If so, this was a bad decision to just sail away from that smoke. If not, then fine, whatever.
Maybe.
And now you're opening up. Yamato detected, other Yamatos there. Neither of them probably care that you even exist. Torpedo hits, 3 of them. Benson, B cap, B pick, B.
Was totally not paying attention here.
Obviously. You need to move. You can't sit here. Well, now you have to because you lost your engines. Don't shoot him. Just move. Get out of here.
I actually had a jump scare, and you'll see why.
Considering the Benson smoked, you could have tried getting away not using your own smoke and using his smoke against him.
It was a panic maneuver, and I understand. He got spotted, and he just instinctively did that.
Jump scare in 3, 2, 1.
I mean, you get torped in your smoke. Right?
No, he's about to leave the smoke and get jump scared. Probably the Hayate to the south of him is what I would guess. Torpedoes, what do you know? And there's the AP dive bombers. Okay. And there's the Hayate.
Guess I was off by a few seconds.
That's alright. I was right though. I said the Hayate was going to discover you.
Yeah.
I love the Western music while we're watching this. This is great. Blappity blap blap. Oh, and the Benson is quite low too.
Can't believe the Benson left the smoke here. That was...
He had nobody else to shoot it, and now Big O is going to die. He's gonna burn out.
I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess the enemy CV is not really concerned about spotting Big O.
I mean, that was totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
I would have not expected that Hayate coming from that angle.
No.
That was super weird.
I expected him to come from the south, so yeah, coming from that angle is kind of wonky.
Like
But
that's Hayate actually managed to break through the lines and had total access to the back line, just to turn around and come for you again.
Right.
Like what?
It just feels very odd. Very odd indeed. And again, going back to my opinion on the Hayate, if it had smoke, if it had, or not smoke, hydro, if it had a heal, the things here and there that could actually help it make more of an impact in the game, sure.
It's better concealment, that's all.
But in this game, that didn't matter, right? So that's what I mean, like, I don't know. I don't care much for the Hayate.
Hayate surely didn't play well.
No.
And with both the destroyers now dead, along with me.
It's just the carry that's left on the enemy team,
yeah,
so it
that's
doesn't
it.
matter. I'm just taking sequential death picks as you sink so I can pick something out later. Oh, wait,
should try for all three.
Wait, a wild something appears. Is this a Vermont? Looks like a Vermont. Yeah, that's a Vermont. A wild Vermont appears.
There.
Oh,
right
I already
there.
took it. Don't worry, I did it. I did it, my dude.
Right before the Benson sank.
Freaking wild Vermont.
Is that actually live on the Russian server? I remember that change on the dev block for them.
Separating smoke and torpedo reload booster slots. Oh.
Yeah, that was that's I forgot what my base XP was, but I knew as soon as I took out the DDs that the match was won. It was over.
I mean, I looked at your opponents, and at that point, it was just the carry left anyway. So yeah, I mean, look at that.
And look at that, I'm still in the top. Only tier 8 in the game. I made top 5.
That's right. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier when you said, "Hey, if you're a bottom tier, it gives you an opportunity to get some extra XP." Yes, that is very true.
But no, it's just easier to complain
that
about.
Hayate didn't even have survivability expert.
I'm sorry, say that again, Grunty.
I just noticed how much damage he did to the Hayate. Like, that was no survivability expert either.
Nope. At tier 10, you would hope that that would be the case, but it was not. Alright, well, let's take a look at your replay. Getting 4 kills. Kind of sexy. Although the Venezia was, I mean, yeah, Benson also...
That was a freebie. Yep.
But it's good
still,
XP.
It's, what, a quarter of the enemy team?
Yeah.
I actually learned that it's better when you're playing a Elbing's line. Don't rush in the cap. Be like, play on the flank, like the flank of the cap, or what I did here, and then go into the cap when they don't have that much support left. Because Benson's line, you don't outgun it; he outgunned you.
That is very true.
There's a lot. Don't run concealment on my Elbing.
Well, I do because I like being sneaky.
Sneaky.
I like having decent maneuverability. And I said decent, not good, because it's never going to be good.
Yes, Benson's got 127mm guns, so they're faster reload, which means their effective range is much lower. The Benson absolutely could have done more, but I think
something took a lot of his health off. I'm thinking it was the Holland.
So what worked
I think your CV did a little bit of a better job of spotting destroyers.
Yeah.
Than their CV did, and that might have caused the hit points loss on the Benson. I'm
what worked in this game for you, Big O, and like I said, I don't want to discount this game, But you had a number of enemies that just freaking YOLO'd like there was no tomorrow. And I feel like that absolutely played into this win, right? The Venezia, the Carl, the Amato's even YOLOing. It feels like they were just way too aggressive. You guys were able to take advantage of them, which is the whole point, right?
Like, yeah, but what you're basically saying is like there was nobody in this game that wanted Big Ol' dead.
Right. I
And
mean,
that always makes playing easier. If nobody
There's a
wants to
lot
kill
of people
you.
that play this game that don't like me and want me dead.
But this game, nobody wanted to kill you. I'm not even sure that Hayate wanted to kill in the end. He probably wanted to come for a kiss with how he played.
come for a kiss.
Come give me a smooch.
Smoochy boochy. Oh my god. So, I mean, hey, whatever. It was a good game, and I mean it demonstrates your abilities to take advantage of, frankly, take advantage of the enemy's dumb decisions. So, you know, I kind of feel like you made it work. So you should feel good about that.
You like the aggressive team play of the red team. There's a difference between aggressive gameplay and throwing your ship away.
Oh, absolutely.
He has
yes.
a point. He has a point.
Absolutely, yes. They threw their ships away. The Venezia especially, and then later the Carl. They both just YOLO'd up the sea cap. And the problem is that nobody was with them. If you wanted to say, yes, they were being aggressive and stuff, that I get it, but not the way that was happening.
There was the Stalingrad Raider on this side. There was a Shimikaze and a Somers with absolute torp soup. Like, you can't just push up into that cap. Like, it's not gonna work. You gotta die.
Right. Right.
There's only so many torpedoes you can dodge.
Pretty much. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. What are we going to title this particular replay, guys? I don't know.
Maerker, bottom bully. I don't know.
Bottom bully, I like it.
I'm not sure if you really bullied something in this game, though.
The Hayate.
I mean, that was more of a, oh crap, and then you just panic dumped your torpedoes. You did take them out, though. You know what I mean? But you're just like, oh my god!
Yeah, it was a jump scare. During the match, like when I actually played it, that was a big jump scare for me.
Rule 34. Oh god, please no. Please no Rule 34, guys.
What's Rule 34?
Oh god. If you want to Google it, Big O, you're welcome to do so. Just yeah. Don't say anything on stream. Go ahead and Google it. We'll wait for you.
How do you not know what it is?
Jump scare could work too.
Oh no!
He found it, boys. Oh god.
Actually, why not?
Oh no. Oh no. You just opened Big O up to a world of possibilities.
No, let's go with bottom
Willy
bully.
Wonka style. Willy Wonka style.